feeling it to be launched.
Okay.
And that in itself doesn't leave us to be compared with the Bugesu and other regions that didn't suffer the same. Unfortunately, the compensation is on livestock, but we lost lives. And in adjudication and the litigation, lives were also a factor. And awarded costs included lives and property. We are here to witness this, and we are glad that this launching is starting, and we will have a conversation going forward with the stakeholders. But doesn't stop other regions to rise up and demand. We Teso, Lango, and Acholi have consistently been pushing the demand, and government seems to have yielded and responded. But we are yet to see what will be the exact beneficiaries and to what magnitude will the people benefit and what will be its impact. But that said, the launching of the compensation will be challenged if the security question between Teso, Lango, and Karamoja is not sorted.
Okay.
The insecurity, the cattle raiding can end up being a failing pad that will fail efforts of compensation and restocking in Teso if we don't address the question of cattle raids. That in itself is a question that the stakeholders need to address. And we are sure that this conversation is also ongoing, and we gather the president will be moving to Karamoja very soon.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, we told it's about 150 billion shillings for the 2 sub-regions. Now, to a layman, this is 50 per sub-region. Did you have the same, are you going to get the same compensation? Did you lose the same? Did you have the same issues? Or it was just an omnibus decision that was taken by you, members of parliament still?
I represent the people of Teso, and to take us omnibus would be a wrong practice. Why? Because Acholi has got some compensation, Lang has got some compensation. Before us, we have. You can't start at step zero, ground zero, when others are already at ground one. So those will be questions we will be asking. In terms of the numbers that are benefiting and appropriating the 50 billion, this current budget has 50 billion. What is coming is 100 billion. That will make it the 50 billion. The process is going to run on 50 billion, but we are certain that 150 billion is not substantial enough to cover all the claimants and the beneficiaries. And we strongly believe that we shouldn't be treated in the same omnibus and share equally the portions, because the others had already benefited the portions.
Your final message to your people?
My final message to the people of Mother Teso is that this fight, we have been persistently and consistently pushing it. And we are glad that fruits are beginning to yield. However little it may be, we will receive it and keep demanding that more numbers get to be included into this compensation program. And we are also going to push that the lives that we lost as a matter of the law, that adjudication process provided for compensation of lives. It's a duty of government to protect lives and property. The attacker who feels you are being left out and you have been excluded, we want you to give us information as your legislators, your representatives, so that this information, we use it to make sure that nobody is left out in this compensation program.
Thank you so much, Member of Parliament. I thank you so much. Thank you so much for this very good information. And of course, here is where we are today. We just want to thank you so much. And here is, of course, where we are today. And we would also love to interact with Dr. Adam Makmot. Dr. Adam Makmot is one of the legal personalities, of course, who has been handling this matter and pushing to ensure that it actually gets there. All the issues concerning litigations been a part of the journey that he has allowed to work with the people of this particular area and the region. We'll also have an opportunity to hear from him, and of course, let's know what it is for the people of Teso, the people of Lango, and the people of Acholi. I am happy to have you here, Dr. Makmot. A very good afternoon, and we'll just start off to the things that you've done. You've been part of this thing from its inception, and it is where we are today. How do you feel at this particular moment that here is where we are today?
Well, I'm very happy to be here. Thanks a lot for inviting me to say a few words to the population. all from throughout Uganda, not only Lango sub-region, because this thing affected all of us. It's all the concern for everyone in Uganda, and we're all happy that it has come to this level. I have nothing much to say, but just to thank the government for recognizing our effort of bringing to the forefront and to the agenda, the national agenda, the concerns from people of northern Uganda, Teso, and other areas that were affected by war. And I am very grateful that it has come to this.
Okay.
Yes.
We talk about 150 billion Uganda shillings. What does this mean now to the region? Is it money that has come for development, or this is money that is going to be given to individual persons who claimed and were supposed to be compensated?
You see, this is a product of a legal process, litigation, and there are specific people who are beneficiaries of this program. And therefore, this money will go to individuals. What they choose to do with it is up to them, but of course we will be encouraging them. We have formed associations of claimants to guide them to do the right thing with it, and we hope that they will put it to development process. But as it is, we can't control beyond having the money in their accounts.
I don't really know, and I don't care what they use their monies for, but I'm only thinking, are we sure that this time around we will actually give these people their monies and not get issues later after here, people coming running to TV, going to radio, going everywhere to say, Dr. Makmo took our money, so-and-so took our money, Samakola took our money. Are these people going to get this money as, like we've heard about these others, Myoga, YLP, UF money, etc.? Are they getting money individually? And of course, everybody will choose what to do with it. And are we sure that this money will actually get to the persons?
Ordinarily, the money should have been paid through the lawyers, like myself and other lawyers that are representing claimants in various sub-regions. But after a long discussion, we agreed that the money goes through the government system and is then dispensed by government into direct accounts. So if there are issues, then that will be administrative issues from the government. But we are sure that the money will reach the people.
Okay.
Yes.
How much is somebody supposed to get, an individual, on average? Because I don't think they get the same amount of money because they didn't lose the same things.
That's right. According to the judgment delivered by Justice Biamakama, currently the chairman of Electoral Commission, in my case, yes, that's true. Each individual of the 69,745 that are represented was entitled to 69,745. Each was entitled to 5 million, broken it as such: 4 million for general damages and 1 million for punitive damages. That is the beginning point. Then again, they are entitled to the number of cows lost, heads of cattle lost. If there are 17, that will be 17 million. If there are 27, 27 million.
So courts awarded 1 million for every head for every cow?
Every cow 1 million. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So the 5 million is for punitive and general damages? And
it cuts across the board for each of them. Then those ones which are specific to individuals are peculiar. They are peculiar because depends on how many heads of cattle you lost. It ranges from 0 to 200.
To 200.
Yes.
Okay, very important. Are there people here today who are supposed to get the money? Or will we see some people get some money here today? Or we're just launching it and go away, then we'll just hear the news that somebody got the money?
Well, I have been told that there's a dummy check that will be presented. I was told to call some of the representatives of the claimants, and indeed they are here. We hope that they will get some money today.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
you very much. I'm a counsel, Dr. Adam Makmot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, UBC, for calling me.
Thank you very much. He's one of course, the lawyers who represented some of the claimants in these legal cases that, of course, have ensued for a very, very long time. And finally, like we said, today is this other day that Ugandans, and especially the people in this particular sub-region, and these sub-regions have been waiting for. It is here for them. Welcome. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Tell me what you feel like today, and of course, your people that you've come to represent and to be part of this. What does it speak to you and to the lives of the people here?
Thank you so much. My name is Gilbert Olanya, the Member of Parliament from Acholi sub-region, from Amoro district specifically. I am here to see the long-awaited program. That is the launch of the livestock compensation by the Acholi community, Lao community, and Teso community. I am so happy. You know, the issues of compensation started 20 years ago in Acholi sub-region. Very many parents of ours filled the form, they applied, and many of them died without receiving the money. So today, since His Excellency is coming to make sure the program is launched, I am really so happy, and I pray that the government should hurry with the payment. Let the elderly people who lost their animals, let them receive the money. They buy, they restocked, they invest, so that their lives also move on. Okay. I'm really very happy.
That's good. When it comes to monies and compensations and lots of these things, it normally disorganizes us. You'll find a very peaceful community that is peaceful without any compensation. But the moment they learn that some millions, some billions are actually going to land into our community, then it disorganizes us. One, because we'll find people who also say we lost when they didn't lose. Then we'll find we've heard about ghost everything in many of our preparations. How have you, as members of parliament, leaders, civil leaders, political leaders, from all categories and from all stakes, have you ensured that when this is done, it's actually done to the latter and that will not have again squabbles thereafter?
It is true, people are corrupt. We have the scrupulous people, those who utilize the opportunity to receive the money for their selfish interest. But fortunately, as a member of parliament from Acholi sub-region, when people were registered, we told the person concerned to make sure the names are public. All the names of the claimants were publicized on the sub-counties. Okay. And we were telling the LC1s, the local leaders in that area, to make sure the rightful person, the name is on the list, and the money is given to the rightful individuals. We started making our verification right from the village up to here. And after the launch today, we shall ask the minister to lay the names on the floor of parliament. We shall pick the names.
Who is this minister now?
Yes, the Attorney General. We shall ask the Attorney General to lay on parliament. We shall pick the list that are laid on parliament.
Take it back.
Take it back to the village.
Okay.
I will go to my village in Amoro. I will say, you people coming from Toro village, is Mr. Odong here in the list? Mr. Opio here in the list? Mr. Chen here is the list?
Mr. Semakula.
Mr. Semakula here in the list?
Known.
Exactly.
Not known in this village.
You're very right. So let the verification be done right from the ground. And I know, for us in Acholi sub-region, they are not going to steal us. We don't want anybody to utilize the opportunity and receive the money in our name. Unfortunately, I don't know whether it is fortunate or unfortunate, because the money will be sent direct from the ministry to an individual account. That is why we need the Attorney General to lay the list in Parliament, so that we pick the list, we take it on the ground.
This money was sent from us to somebody called Gilbert Olanya.
Exactly, exactly.
And so you should be able to know whether Gilbert Olanya is in Amur.
The LC1 must know the home where Gilbert Olanya is. If Opio Semakula, the LC1 must know where Semakula is staying. That is how we have done it in Acholi sub-region. And I know, if at all there are some thieves, then it must be so minimum. We have tried our level best to make sure the animal goes direct to the beneficiaries.
Okay. Are you one of the beneficiaries yourself? Because we talk about compensation, and away from being a member of parliament, you must have lost something. Are you one of those?
It is my father who lost the animal, exactly. and unfortunately, my father died in 2006. Okay. After when he has already filled the form. I am also happy that from the list, his name appears. Okay. But he's my elder brother. I am the last born in our home. So it's my elder brother who is trying to make the follow-up. Okay. I pray that the money should be given to my elder brother so that we take care of our siblings that are at home.
I thank you so much. The Honorable Gilbert Olanya, final message in 1 minute to the people.
Thank you so much. I am really so grateful for these very important events. I am optimistic that our people are going to get their money, are going to get the payment. God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Honorable Gilbert Olanya here from Muru in Acholi sub-region. Of course, we thank him so much. He's one of the members of parliament here, of course, and here to ensure that his constituencies and his people, he is also a beneficiary, and of course, he will benefit through his brother, because he says his father died in 2006 when they had already put up and, of course, written to also follow up on the compensation. And, of course, joining me here is Mr. Peter Oren. I am happy that I also have you here. Thank you so much. We speak about what is happening here at Soroti University today. And the public just needs to know, especially what is coming to the people of Teso, Acholi, and Lango. How do you speak into it?
Today is quite an interesting day. It's a historic day that the people of Teso sub-region, Acholi sub-region, and Lango sub-region are here to witness and the launch of the compensation for livestock lost during the many insurgencies that the region has had from the 1979 Liberation War through the Karamojongi incursions and LRA, the UPA rebel grouping and so on. So fundamentally is that government is trying to ensure that what was lost, is put back. So, and the spirit to do this is there. The government has already started this. And today, His Excellency the President is only officially launching this process. And the government has money to start off the payments. And this payment will be done through, over the next 2-3 years. Okay. We should be able to have these payments through the region covered. Okay. Yes.
How cumbersome has the process been, especially for the Ministry of Justice, to get to this day here today? Because I think after today, at the Ministry of Justice, you will really say we have done a commendable job and a very good job. But I just want to know what it has taken you through to get to this day here today to launch the compensation fund.
It has not been a very difficult task because we work together through and with the support of all the stakeholders. We had an inter-ministerial committee and had the national organizing committee, and working together with the local leadership in the respective districts and specifically the host district here and the city, we're able to put this together. So we want to appreciate the effort of each and every one who put in a hand to this to ensure that we have it. Yes, in any organization there could be the need for some commitment to it. And in terms of time, in terms of resources, as government was able to provide the resources, government was able to provide the time, and we, the organizers, giving our efforts and our time to make sure this day is what you see. Okay. And we believe that it's a success indeed, because the guests who were targeted and invited are here, and they are here to witness this launch. Okay. Yeah.
I see so many people here, of course, were invited. Many of us have come from Kampala, we've come from the ministry, we've come from different places. How about the beneficiaries? Because the lawyer here just spoke to me and said about 69,000 persons are supposed to benefit from this. Are there any of the 69,000 those are supposed to get, or we're sitting like you sit in boardrooms to decide for the people who are out there and they have nothing, no idea about what they are being planned for?
Interestingly, most of the people study here are beneficiaries, okay, because they emanate from Teso sub-region, Lango sub-region, and Acholi sub-region. They lost livestock, and in a way, they're all beneficiaries. But specifically, we had to invite a few to represent the many who are out there. Okay. So there are those representing the Acholi sub-region, those representing the Lango sub-region, and those representing the Teso sub-region. Those few are here just to be able to represent the many who are behind and to receive the dummy checks that are there for the individuals that we were able to give. It's just a show of, the process is starting. Yeah, so we are a few who have come in, just a significant few, but we know they are representing the many who are out there who are to benefit. Okay. And I just want to give the assurance to the public that the payment process is starting today, okay, with the launch. And from next week, you'll be receiving this money in your respective accounts that you gave to the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. We are paying individual beneficiaries. Okay. We are not paying through anybody, any third party.
And all of these have bank accounts where the money is going to be wired.
Yes, the bank accounts have been, surfaced, given to the Ministry of Justice. They have been verified, and the money will go to their respective bank accounts. Okay. Yes.
Well, I thank you so much, Mr. Oren, from the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, and I want to thank you for gracing this occasion, for being part of the process of ensuring that the public out there get information, and well thought out information, and also to make sure that this function is publicized for the good of the many who are out there. Thank you very much, UBC.
Thank you. Well, here is where we are today. It's indeed hot, and of course, this is the real Teso sub-region. Now, where we are at Soroti University is just in Arapai. And of course, it is indeed hot as it is, yes, and very important. Let me have the Honorable Okot John, here, Member of Parliament from Agago. Also joining me, Agago is in Acholi sub-region. I am very sure about that. Agago is from Acholi. I'm happy to have you here, sir. And a very good afternoon to you today. And of course, speaking to what is happening today, are you excited about what is here and what are your people expecting?
Thank you so much. I'm John Amos, Member of Parliament for Agago North County. Agago is having 3 counties. So when you said Agago only, somebody may think...
I talked about Agago, the district.
Agago, the district. But mine is Agago, the county, Agago North County. Yes, it's a good question. We are happy about it. We are happy, we are excited. Not only excited, we have been expecting it. Unfortunately, this would have not been the right time for us to do it because, masses, we have been expecting this. It has been in plan before, and the country has to move. At the same time, we are mourning. We have lost our dear brother, our senior man. We have lost him. He had been advocating for this. He has been speaking about this, that please, you pay people, compensate them. They have lost their properties during the war. Who have taken their properties? The Karamojongs, the low-resistant army soldiers, the rebels, even the government soldiers, the national resistance army, because they were participating. And for us, in our language, we say, when 2 elephants are fighting, the grass are the one that suffers. And who are the grass? Are the people. Our fathers, our brothers, our uncles, they lost their properties. They lost their vehicles. They lost their belongings. They lost their livelihoods. They lost all those things. We lost our brothers. Many people died. And of course, the National Resistance Movement government and the leadership of His Excellency the President, when he saw the hurt of the people, some people took a courage and said, no, we need to take the government to court so that they should know that their obligations, they fail during those days. And the government so sensed that, oh yes, we have to negotiate with these people. We negotiate with them. That was actually what that climate association. Let us negotiate and see how to settle this thing outside court. It has taken so long to the extent that some people, including myself also, thought the president, not the president, the government was trying to play games, political games, because they will tell you, we are going to pay. This financial here, you're putting this money. This another one, we are going to do this. Until such a time people say, no, you are playing games.
You've overpromised us.
Secondly, even people, the veterans, you know the veterans, the men and women who had been in uniform and they had been fighting and now they have retired. Some of them also, they have not been paid. But when it comes toward the time of election, you see that now, oh, come, bring your names. People move, go to Bombo, go to where? Looking for their money. And people say, no, I think this is a trick. If the government doesn't have money, let us know. Therefore, all those things today, if His Excellency the President is coming in to tell all the world that I am launching the compensations of animals and lost animals during the wartime, which got lost, everybody, including myself, had said yes. Now he is walking the talk. And we are ready to support the program. We are ready as the parliament, as a member of parliament, to do our oversight duty, our oversight roles, so that all the lists, the names of the beneficiaries, that has been verified. We now have the right from today onward to tell the Attorney General that lay on table. We want to see the names. Who are the people who are compensating them? Are they ghosts? Are they the real true people from the place you have mentioned? Have you exaggerated? Oh, you have written the right thing.
Do you know the exact persons, especially in Agago North County, for example? Do you know the people who are supposed to benefit? That in case the Attorney General lays on table and says these are the people that we've compensated, will you be able to screen out and say these are ghosts, these are true claimants?
My dear, I am a born of Agago district. I am a son of the soil of Acholi land. I grew up in Kitgum. I was born in Gulu. I work in all those places. And above all, Agago district being my origin, I know people. When I see that Mr. So-and-so in passing, I would know. I said, who is your father? Who is your grandfather? Where's your land? Where do you stay from? Which was the area you used to keep your animals? I know. I know. Even now, I know. There was a time when the first list came. We saw certain names that resembles. It was not resembling the northern name. We said, no, there's some problem here. Can you go and check it properly? Can you check it properly?
You know why? Your name is Okot.
Okot.
I started with a colleague at Tororo College,
Yes.
and he was called Semakula Okot.
Oh,
now, what would you do with a Semakula Okot? Because I personally started, I am Semakula, but I started with somebody called Semakula Okot, and it confused me. I didn't know whether he belongs to Uganda or belongs to Acholi land.
That is the very point that will take an interest. Yes. Because if I say my name is Okot Kiwanoka, somebody will ask me Kiwanoka. Yet the meaning of Kiwanoka and Okot in a traditional African traditional way where they interpret, they mean the same thing. They mean the same thing. Okot and Kiwanoka mean the same thing. Therefore, if the name appears in the list that it is instead there's Okot Jonamos, then another Okot Kiwanoka, then people will underline the word Kiwanoka. Where is this Kiwanoka coming from? Where is it coming from? That is when the real, truthful thing has to come. Okay. We people who come from the north, my brother, let me tell you, we always keep our integrity. We always keep our integrity. We don't want to be corrupt. We want our names, we want our hands to be clean. People can soil us. People can say these people are arrogant, these people don't care. That is a lie. A true Acholi person is always very kind, very honest, go straight to the point, and courageous. Okay. That is what we are.
Okay. Finally, from you, would you go for money, or it would have been giving these people livestock? What would you think? Because people are talking about that, saying if you are given money to them, what would it be if you are given your 100 cows or 40 cows or 10 cows or so?
Well, this is animal compensations. Whatever forms that may come, I think there's going to be no problem. We want also to avoid the middleman, because if you say that, give us animal, then the procurement process has to come.
There will be middlemen.
There's going to be very many middlemen. You will find one animals, they are going to exaggerate to come 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, one animals. But now here they are costing it close to about 1 million per animal. So for us, I think that is okay for now. This is still okay, but of course, I'm happy. Masses, I'm also mourning my brother. Where the government has reached now, people will not say, we people who come from northern Uganda, we are liars. We have done our part. We have talked to the government. We have talked to the executive arms of government. Parliament has already been pushing them that please do something. And now that they are coming forward to say, yes, we are doing it, that for us is an achievement. Okay. What we want now is a tangible work to be done and honest people to do. They should not be arrogant. They should understand people. Lists which have not been captured properly must have to be captured. Okay. And you remember, few people started, now it has gone all over. And people who their property got lost, they need it. Okay. Let it be so. Okay. And it should not stop on animals. It should go to other properties like vehicles, tractors, factories, ginaries. All those things are part and parcel of things we lost them during the war. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Okot John Amos from Agago North
County. NRM ticket during our primary election for the positions. The final position was Deputy Speaker, but the first one we were ruled out within the Central Executive Committee that they want to follow the president so that the deputy speaker should take over the position of the speaker. And we said, being a loyal member of NRM, we were obliged for that.
Okay.
And then when we went for the deputy speakership, I was one of the candidates.
Okay.
I was one of the candidates, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ndugu Honorable Okot. Thank you so much for, of course, joining us and, of course, for being with us and for aggressing at this. And just let you know, we are Soroti here to launch the compensation fund for the livestock claimants in the areas and the region, the sub-regions of Teso, Lango, and Acholi. These are up to about 70,000, but the launch is going to happen today, where the president will be signing dummy checks and, of course, dispensing the payments to start going. Now, this money is supposed to get to the beneficiaries without the money going through the usual and the routine government processes. We'll wait to see how it happens, but of course, it's happening here at Soroti University grounds in Arapai sub-county in Soroti City.
Acholi, Teso, whom I have already introduced. We have not introduced the following, and I would like to kindly request them just to step out in front of us here so that we know them. We are not going to introduce them individually. And this includes the RDCs and their deputies, if they are here. RDCs and your deputies, please step out for recognition. We shall, yes. Thank you very much. Just step out so people know you, because it is in the districts that the real implementation is going to take place. Yes, there they are. And I'll ask somebody later on to take note of your names. You can face the audience, just like that. Thank you so much, RDCs. You have already done a great job, and you will continue to do after today. Thank you very much. In the same vein, I would like to introduce the mayors of our cities: Gulu City, Lira City, Soroti City. This is a new administrative structure that has been endorsed by government, and I think the cities are doing great to us in transforming the image of northern Uganda and eastern Uganda. I can see the mayor of Gulu City. I think that is Gulu City already. Thank you. Which city? I also see another elder from, I think this is Soroti, our host. Thank you very much, Mayor Soroti. And the last one is Lira City. Now, that is how mayors of cities look like. Thank you very much. I would like to say that when the president comes, we are going to have a time for prayer, and we have already identified the religious leaders to pray. And the lead for these prayers will be His Lordship, Right Reverend Dr. Echiru Joseph, from Soroti Catholic Diocese, but would like to request that the religious leaders from the other sub-regions will join him, so that we can have a united prayer. We have Most Reverend John Baptist Odama for Acholi region, and we have Rev Canon Dr. Alfred Olwa from Lango sub-region. We will ask Sheikh Othman Mohammed Ochen, District Kadi Teso, to join them. I think this is an occasion which we have waited for a long time, and I am sure the far we have reached, it's God who has led us up to this time. And so the reason why we shall have a joint prayer led by His Lordship, Right Reverend Dr. Echiru Joseph. I had earlier on recognized the work the late Commissioner Oluka did, but I would also like to recognize now the work which this team has done. And this is Mr. Philip Mwaka, is the Commissioner in the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Mr. Adrale Richard from the same ministry, and Madame Jess Atwine. I think this team has done a good job. You met them when they came to your sub-regions. They have modified the process which has led us to this time. Let's clap for them. I would like to introduce an inter-ministerial committee, because I said I think government and all of us became wiser, and we have mobilized people and structures and institutions so that we can work better. Earlier on, I had recognized people from the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, but let me just mention the Inter-ministerial Committee on this livestock. And these ministries are Office of the Prime Minister, represented by Keith Muhakanizi, he is not here. Office of the President, represented by Mr. Yunus Kakande. Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industries and Fisheries, represented by Major General David Kasura. And I am ably informed that Dr. Anna Rose Ademun Ukurut is here. I think let's clap for her. She's from the Ministry of Agriculture. If you could stand up for recognition. Thank you, Doctor. We have Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, represented by Madame Rosette Biengoma. Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, represented by Mr. Ramadan Gobi. Minister of Internal Affairs, represented by Lieutenant General Joseph Musanyufu. Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, represented by Mr. Robert Kasande, who is here. You can also stand up for recognition. Yes, thank you. Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, represented by Madame Dorcas Okalan, and Ministry of Local Government, represented by Benjamin Kumumanya. We have National Identification and Registration Authority, Executive Director, Madame Rose Kisembe. Uganda Bureau of Statistics, ED, Dr. Chris Mukiza. Office of the Auditor General and Auditor General, Mr. John Mwanga. We have Executive Director, NIRA, Registration Officer, NIRA, and District Registration Officer, Soroti. I think they are also here. So that is the Inter-ministerial committee, which again has put more weight and effort that has brought us this far. Let me leave you to my colleague, Honorable Obote, to introduce other people.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Friends, we have received more members of parliament who have arrived since we had the last introductions. Therefore, allow me to introduce them to you. We have the Honorable Carla Kevin Ojinga, the woman MP for Palisa. Thank you. We have the Honorable Achayo Juliet Lodo, the MP for Ngora County. She is not a district woman MP. She represents the county. We have the Honorable Adeke Ann Ebaju, the woman MP for Soroti District. We have the Honorable Laker Sharon Balmoy, the woman MP for Gulu. We have Honorable